Hey, what is up guys? So we got some more confirmed cards coming out in the new Premium Gold Infinite Gold set. So we'll be taking a look at a few images and then having a discussion about some of the cards. But first off, one of the most hype cards ever, BEATRICE, Lady of the Eternal, is confirmed for TCG now. And this is a huge deal for a lot of different decks. Not only is it great for Burning Abyss, but any of you guys that missed that card, the Volleyball Chain, hey, look at that highlighted effect once per turn during either player's turn. You can detach a material from this card to send one card from your deck to the graveyard. Excellent, excellent effect indeed. So we'll definitely be getting some extra players that want to actually try out Burning Abyss maybe for the first time themselves, especially since we also have that confirmation of Dante's reprint over there, and as well as Virgil. But there are also some other cards in the background that a lot of people aren't actually noticing that we'll also talk about. Like, for example, Big Eye, that's a great card. You know, we have some more support for rank 7s coming out in the game, specifically like the Dark Magicians and stuff like that. There's also another image over here, and one of the more important things in this image, not only do we have confirmation of the spiders over here in the bottom right, but we also have Ultimitl, the Bishbalkin card. This card is just absolutely crazy, and I remember I made a video showing off the card in action. If you guys haven't checked that out, I'll link it down below in the description box, but it is a one-hit OTK kind of card. This card will one-shot your opponent, and everyone's like, oh, this card's fake, it's never coming out in the game. Guess what, guys? Look at it, you can see it over here in the top left over here. I'm putting my mouse over. This card is coming out in the game, so be ready to run into that. Anyways, there are also some other cards that are coming out into this that were OCG only for a while in the premium packs. We never got them, the premium packs, that is, the premium pack 18 for the OCG, but yeah, we're getting some of them finally in the TCG, so we'll talk a little bit about them, we'll read their effects, because I think a lot of players haven't known about these cards. For the most part, I web tested a lot of these cards. But anyways, I'll tell you what I think about them afterwards. But anyways, this is a normal trap card that says, when your opponent monster declares a direct attack, you get to negate the attack, then you get to banish one tuner monster and any number of non-tuner monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equal 8 or less. If you do, special summon one Synchro monster from your extra deck whose level equals the total levels of the banished monsters. This special summon is treated as Synchro summon. So what I like with this card when I was testing it out is it doesn't have any restrictions of like, oh, you can only go for dragons or warriors. That's one huge deal with this card. Now, Synchros haven't been as hot, of course, due to pendulums just being the main mechanics. But pendulums, guys, they support Synchros more than they do exceed monsters, because obviously, you know, you want them to go back into the extra deck face up, and Synchros do allow that, so it is a decent card nonetheless. And then obviously BEATRICE, pretty good card indeed, which we already basically talked about a little bit. Basically, the effect is just absolutely crazy. Like I said, that we're finally getting it here in the TCG. That's a really huge deal. Next up, there's Magic King Moonstar. So if you control a tuner monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special, you can target one monster you control or in the graveyard. This card's level becomes the current level of that monster until the end of this turn. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except by Synchro summon. It cannot be used as a Synchro material except for the Synchro summon of a Dark Synchro monster. I thought we were going, whoa, wow, we're going negative levels? You know, the Dark Synchros. Maybe we'll get that this year. That's what I'm really thinking, that, ooh, this could be just a hint towards that, so that'd be pretty cool. There's also some of those fan favorite collector kind of cards, like some people collect the Karibos. There's Junk Karibo, basically negates effect damage. It's a card that probably won't see too much play in the meta unless there's some, you know, FTK kind of crazy stuff. We're also getting Stardust Charge Warrior, which I think a lot of players are excited about. When it's Synchro summon, you get a draw card, then it can attack all special summon monsters once each. It's an okay card. It only has 2,000 attack. It's usually used as a stepping stone for some other Synchro decks, and there is some support for Synchros in the new Infinite Gold. There's also another card called Shining Hope Road. So this card has a little potential to be pretty crazy. So you get to target 3 monsters in your graveyard, will summon all 3 of them, but their effects are negated immediately after this effect resolves. XYZ summon 1 Utopia XYZ monster using those 3 monsters only. You can't special summon other monsters the turn you activate this card. Well, let's go ahead and click on the Utopia monsters. So there is actually a lot of, well, let's go to the members over here. So you special summon 3 of them. There's one that like makes everything have 0 attack. I believe it's, is it the Utopia Beyond? There's one card that makes it so your opponent's like all their stuff becomes 0 attack anyways. And at that point, that's a huge advantage. Sure, you can't special summon for the rest of the turn. I think it's this one. This is a 2 level 6 monsters, and yeah, if this card's XYZ summon, the attack of all monsters your opponent currently controls becomes 0. This one, what was it? Special summon 3. go back one more time. So yeah, this one, you target 3 of them. And then, well, I think you summon 1, and then you make that card somehow with this card, is what people were saying is like the most like viable card. But I thought that was an okay card. It reminded me of like Message in a Bottle, and like the Galaxy Queen. Like you're going for like some big type of play. But yeah, obviously there are restrictions on it, and you can't special on other monsters. But if you're making everything have 0 attack, maybe you can attack everything or something like that. With something like equip card, you can maybe OTK your opponent. But I thought this was a cool card nonetheless. That is finally coming out. Again, it was a premium card that we never got. Some other like reprints that are I think okay to mention that we didn't previously know. Lightning Chidori. Maybe you were playing your Senjus. I know some players, you know, that are budget players, they didn't get the Monarch Structure deck because you know after you add the max season, you know. That deck might not be so budget, but Lightning Chidori is just an excellent card, whether you're playing Harpies or your Senjus, Ritual Beasts. It's just a really excellent card indeed. Nice to have a little reprint here. Mistake is getting a reprint also. I don't know if it's in one of these pictures, but there are a few pictures going around, but for the most part, yeah, you guys get it. Mistake is also getting a reprint. Excellent card. Wish it got reprinted a little bit sooner, but you know, it's better, you know, late than never. It did come out timely in the Mega Packs. Also, but again, I felt like that was just a little bit too late. Wish it was just a little bit earlier. One card that I think a lot of players are excited about, and this can help you combat some of those pendulum decks, is Galaxy Cyclone. So you get to basically get 2 cards out of it, but pretty much have moved on to Twin Twister, because by the time you're actually banishing it for that effect, unless you're playing some deck like Infernoids, for the most part, it's just too slow compared to Twin Twister. And I think a lot of players have already maxed out on Twin Twister, and then they're like, oh, if I really need a side deck Galaxy Cyclone or MSCs, they'll go ahead and do that. One card I think a lot of players like, well, some players are upset about it because it was a very expensive card. Archfiend Eccentric. I think this got announced a while ago, but I figured I'd mention it, because it's like more confirmation. Before I think it was just mentioned in some like blog article or something like that. But I believe there is there a picture of this one? Yeah, it's over here. Well, my face cam is blocking it, but I swear it's there right under the giant hand. It's there. There is a picture of that indeed. Well, actually, can I? Oh, here we go. There we go. So you can see over here in the bottom left the Archfiend Eccentric. So that's very excellent indeed. Another card I think people are like, what? This card's already getting a reprint. But technically, most players that had this card when it was expensive anyways, they already got hit by the ban, the adjusted ban list anyways. So yeah, Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, also getting a reprint, and that is also in the picture over here in the bottom right hand corner. Another thing that I think a lot of players are going to be excited for, there is the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, the one where like it does burn damage and it can't be destroyed as long as it has material. There's also Pleiades. There's also Monarch Storm 4th. There's also the Grand Horn of Heaven. There's also like one of the Storming Mirror Force is the card's name. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of players are going to be excited to try out this. The Spiders, the number 84 Pain Gainer. There's 2 Spiders. I'm not sure if we have both of them coming out in this. I would assume so, especially since people are number hunters. You can add this now to your collection. But yeah, you can see it over here in the bottom right hand corner. Pretty good stuff indeed. But let me know, guys, what cards are you most excited about? And so far, looking at some of these pictures and analyzing, it looks to be a pretty good set. I mean, there are so many good cards in here. Over here, you also see Shared Ride. There's also some reprints of the Burning Abyss. If you guys want to see some of like the other cards that were announced, I've already mentioned all the other ones like Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. That one's actually a pretty big reprint itself, because you know, with all of the pendulums coming out that have like effects that where, you know, you activate them in the pendulum zone and then you can proc their effect to maybe search a card or like pay 8, you know, going back to that Clip Force Scout days. But anyways, yeah, you can definitely make good use of this. I think this is going to be one of the best gold sets that we've gotten in a long time. I remember back when we had like the Crush card reprint, that was a really huge deal as well. But looking at this set, it's looking to be really good. And whether you want to play Cosmos or just like want good cards, like Maxi is also getting a reprint in here. This is looking to be a very, very strong card indeed. Oh, what the heck is this? I didn't see this card. Did they just add this? What? They're adding this to the gold? Okay, well, I haven't seen this card. I guess this was literally just added. Okay, because I opened everything in a new tab, and then I also, you know, did my homework and got some of the other cards. Oh, also great reprint is the Chimeric Fortress Dragon. That's great to have Cyber Dragon in your side deck to combat some of the Cosmos. But this is, I've never seen this card. It's another premium pack card. Anyways, suppose some of this card in defense position treated as, oh, it's just a trap monster, basically, but it is not treated as a trap card, but basically, you guys get the idea. You can only activate 1 per turn. If you have no trap card in your graveyard, you can activate this the turn it was set. Oh, okay. not too bad. That was, like I said, wow, that's really crazy that it was just added. I think it was Radiant Mirror Force, but for the most part, those are the cards. I mean, we're also getting a reprint of God Cowboy. Oh, also Fire and Ice Hand. I think that was also in this one of these pictures. Add the Fire and Ice Hand. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm really looking forward to opening some of these once we get the Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon. I really like this card a lot. It's because I really like it in Mermails because it definitely helps out. Sometimes you're just short a little bit from pushing off game, and then you just make Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon. You go ahead, man, and then they just go ahead and scoop it up because they can't really do anything about it. But like I said, guys, let me know what you are most excited about. Personally, I'm excited about the Ultimitl Bishbalkin because I love it how all you guys are like, nah, man, this card is never coming out. I got the gameplay already to show you guys how powerful it is. I believe they changed its summoning condition. It used to be like 5 or 6 or something like that. But for the most part, it doesn't matter. You can still get it out with relatively the same concept. And the idea is to show you guys how powerful this card can be. Because like I said, you can like one-shot your opponent. Like I said, just watch the video. I'll be linking it down below in the description box. And also, it has a stun aspect, which you'll probably see. Just watch the duel. It makes it so your opponent can't summon, especially when they need to have like one monster. Or you can give them a monster, but you make it so like you clog their field, and then it has like 10,000 attack, and then you attack them once, and they're like, what? It's pretty crazy what you can do in this deck, especially with Black Garden. But anyways, like I said, watch this video. Let me know what you're excited most about. I like this card a lot. It's like it's a legendary like God card, even though it's not part of the original God cards. But pretty cool stuff indeed. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you guys give your support by giving that like button a titty slap. And it's been your boy Will Smith, signing out.